right when you isolate, that's coming from her talking, that's when one of her assistants, and all of her assistants are these very kind of positive, ecological, graduate student looking people, has come up to her and kind of put his hand on her shoulder. She looks and he's like, she turns and goes quiet, and another one of the students or assistants or graduates or whatever steps up and takes over the speech right at that point.
Was she mic'd up?
She must have been, yeah.
With the buzzing.
Well, she was speaking with a microphone,
Okay,
but the microphone was not the source of the buzzing. And Mur does not, I need a roll to distinguish, among those
it would have been interesting, she's not even mic'd. That would have been interesting all by itself. But, given that she is mic'd, that's not a microphone buzzing.
No, it is not.
Oh, I wonder what would happen.
Even as the person who's there, taps the microphone and says, well, that's weird, and then goes in and starts speaking, plays it off like it was the microphone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I am reminded of a little bit of our first game of Inspectors, Rob.
Yeah, that's true, right? Let's see here. Okay. The job is calling, I suspect.
Yes. Or which day are we at?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah. Maybe I can go into actual work. Into my actual workplace.
Excellent. Put in some time there.
Show my face so that people don't suspect.
Well, you did show up on Teams, but it is good for them to see you move around.
I know. I know from a fact that it's annoying when the semi-bosses never come into work.
That is true, actually.
Like, what are you doing all the time?
And Kevin's young enough to still have the look, the feel, the vibe for that stuff.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Okay. And you'll see one person who is working with something that is, in your project folder, right? Something's doing legitimate work. But you see them holding what looks like a cheap plastic device. And do you know how there are those things that you wear and then you can make the little ball move, right? You can see them over right now you can hook yourself up for your brainwaves and then you can make the ball move. And I know it's really science fiction, but it's actually been around for a while. And so there's they actually set it up. There's like a little Nerf ball in a little bowl and a large shallow bowl. And then you sit on opposite sides and you try to see who can push the ball, to the other person. And so anyway, it's something similar to that, but they're looking at it and they're looking at it in kind of horror, and it's like a visor. And he's looking at it and he's saying, have you seen this? And another person is looking at that. And it is cheap plastic. But he says, is this even legal?
So it's not the...
Is it your knockoff?
It was the same as seen in the
It's obviously
shop.
Manufactured in the same way. The colors are different. And so it wasn't anything you found in that box. And it operates off of, and this one actually has a physical hookup into somebody's head. I mean, it looks, the person's like, is this even legal? I mean, this is like
an electrode or like... actual inject somehow.
It's more like an electrode.
Yeah.
But he says this would like penetrate right into your brain.
Where did you get that?
You're gonna believe this? My kid bought it.
Could I borrow it? To just see what it's... Or have you found out anything about it?
Well, I can tell you one thing. I can't even find out what country it was manufactured in.
Think I could take a look?
So please do. I mean, I'm kind of worried. I mean, these things are... Where's this coming from?
Yeah.
Says, I wrote down some of the specs, though. I mean, some of the operating system there, its power source and everything.
Yeah.
He's nodding his head and saying, "We should be thinking about this."
Yeah. I think that looks interesting. I would want to take a look at it, and you can get it back at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Sure. You're going to look at this. This is going to be a reason check.
Yeah.
Any karma?
Yes, because I want to know what this fucking thing is.
Have I started a trend?
I think... What was it? The reason?
Mm-hmm.
Remarkable. Yeah, I think I wanna... Should I also try karma for yellow and hope that I don't get... Okay, I'll try karma for yellow.
Oh.
49.
You need 61.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's 12 points.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to learn every second instead of every third.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
So minus 12 points.
Okay. So far, so good.
Okay. Let me know what this thing is.
The technology, first of all, it is your tech, but the production, even though it's cheap, you wouldn't have anticipated this use of the plastics or the machining of it for at least maybe 10 or 12 years into the future.
It looks cheap, but it
is
like,
shitty. But what it's made of.
Yeah. But when you look at it, like, this shouldn't be possible.
It could be possible given some development from where we are. And not in ways that you would have done because the production is so crap.
It's good materials. There's no format way. It's getting bored. Or cheap.
Do I get something else?
Well, I'm saying that as far as you can tell, crazy as it sounds, this looks like it was made in the future.
Oh. That sounds very cool. And also frightening.
Saving Silverlansen for last. It's a big day for you. First of all, there is unplanned and undirected, very spontaneous. There is a neighborhood revolt against the network. That was enough was enough. And the person who was killed used to be like a high potential student. And the families and some of the people who, like the grocery store guy who actually had been exploited for this, he's speaking out. And so
would that look like kind of like a demonstration, or
it's a little more organized than that.
Okay.
They're not doing the marching and shouting thing, and they've invited the press.
Okay.
But it is outside,
Okay.
and a lot of people are speaking up more spontaneously than they would in like an organized
Okay.
conference.
So they
And-
should probably have someone from the local council there as well.
You know what? They're actually when some Politico comes up and wants to get involved, they're actually shutting them out.
Yeah.
And they're saying,
Fair
you know, you haven't done shit.
Yeah.
This, and
Can't
they make it very visible to the press
Yeah.
that that they are not being taken care of in this regard.
It would be
And
easy
they-
way to win like voting points.
Yeah. And interestingly enough, that they're actually fairly supportive toward the police. That
No.
you would think that they would be hostile toward a police action like this, but
Mm.
they were like, you know, the police actually did their job on
Yeah.
something, and they did it with no, you know, there's the police, and a police guy is saying, look, we didn't shoot the dude.
Okay.
That was not us.
Yeah.
And so,
Because just remember, the two people are that they were drug dealers. Or
One was.
one was a drug dealer, the other one was just
exactly. The
Weird,
one who got shot was that one of those weird outsiders.
yeah.
Which
Well,
the
the
people
drug
in the
dealer-
neighborhood know nothing about.
Yeah, they know.
Nothing.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, it would be clear from
yeah.
interviews with the police and so on during that night.
they just know someone was shot. That's all.
Yeah.
And so once it's clear that that wasn't, you know, but that there was a fatality. Anyway, their information is a little murky compared to
Yeah,
yours.
of course.
But the point is that they have this. There's only one issue that is concerning the people in the police about this, in law enforcement: retaliation.
Yeah, of course.
Though, I mean, are a bunch of people about to get, you know, blown up? Is there going to be a rash of car bombings? Are a bunch of teenagers going to now be picked up for shooting this grocery store owner and stuff like that? So there's talk about maybe we better have like a protective network. I mean, other people in the police are like, we can't be pushed around by the public. You know, half of these people aren't legal citizens. And so there's pushback, right, at all levels and in all ways about this. So the police are kind of trying to grapple with this degree of, you know, I mean, they're not asking, put it that way.
Yeah, no.
And the local bureaucracies and institutions prefer to be asked.
Yeah.
So it's it's tense.
Yeah,
There's a positive aspect of it, and then there's kind of a but what violence is going to erupt? I mean,
from
the
police
kind of
perspective.
from the police perspective, like the networks are much more organized and lethal than even these people.
Oh, of course,
than
yeah.
even the neighborhood people
Yeah.
grasp.
Yeah.
Right? They may be
no.
thinking in terms of just assholes and gangsters. We're
Yeah.
thinking in terms of people who are thinking, well, what do we care about this neighborhood? We'll use them as an example for neighborhoods across all of Scandinavia.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the police are like,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, and this
this is dangerous.
The
Right.
police can't protect these people essentially because they don't
Right.
have the resources. Then
Yeah.
they don't have it wasn't planned. They weren't
Yeah.
asked, as you said.
Yeah.
They weren't asked, so they have no preparedness for this basically.
So
But
that's
what can they do?
Yeah, so that's a thing. But also, this is going to put the network on its back foot, and they don't respond well often
No.
when that happens. So
No, they need to respond
Yeah.
like extremely decisively.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they lose face and they lose.
Mhm.
their-
So that's heating up. I
Yeah.
mean, the whole situation
Yeah.
is heating up. And just to add to Silverlands, I rolled these wrong encounters for you. Just to add to your grief, 2 media pushes appear that evening, and they are both online. They're almost simultaneous. Silverlandson's image and anecdotes about her and everything are now being leveraged by specific groups. And you won't believe which groups. They're both the local chapters of political parties, the very city-only versions of the parties. And one of them is FV from Tiden Venstre, which is not actually, has no meaningful political presence in Norrköping. It has a couple of city seats here and there around Sweden. It's a splinter of the Left Party.
Okay.
And it is, well, anyway, you can look them up. They're real.
Yeah.
And they are basically a somewhat more purist form that orient, but not like Marxist purist, like scholarly purist, but more like activist purist.
Yeah.
And so they are very into the idea that she is not an establishment player.
Mm-hmm.
They really like the idea that this is a person who has realized that direct action matters, and that and especially like violence against women and stuff like that has been, they've picked up on that from the recent events, and they are very big on, if you can't trust the they'll use various terms about what's wrong with the establishment such that this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But the point is that they think that Silverlansen is somebody who, that they endorse.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Mm.
Simultaneously, SD loves the image of an athletic, braided, spear wielding. You can see it. The first group uses a silhouette graphic. SD is much better funded and much better prepared for this. And their image of Silverlansen is reasonably accurate from available imaging, with a couple of exceptions. One, her complexion is much more, the kind of white blonde Finnish complexion, very pale with the very pale hair. She's a lot blonder in this picture than you are.
Which would have been a fabrication entirely because she's masked. So they would have made that up. I mean, they
whatever
mask, you can see.
The mask covers less in the picture than it does for you, and the same goes. Well, and also
the hair is visible.
Yeah, the hair is visible, but it's blonder the way they've done it. And there are certain other attributes, shall we say, forward-facing attributes that are more visible in terms of available skin in the picture than they are in reality. And they also seem, shall we say, more forward-facing than they are in reality.
They got, to make the image.
He seemed to have gotten a bit of a boob job in the picture. But their whole thing, of course, is the Nordic spirit, right? I mean, this is a manifestation of, the power of the blood and soil of Sweden, and so so there you are looking both of these at once, right?
Well, the problem is she can't really do anything because what she's gonna do? Don't you complain? Make a comment,
right? No, bad idea.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Right.
So it has to deal with this,
But this may factor into whatever it is the police are going to be investigating up. Yeah, especially for the latter party, which actually has some clout.
It's one of those data points that Nina as a person will collect, and sort of correlate. But she clearly has, has been endorsed by the political, establishment. The extremist, like fringe political.
Estes not fringe anymore.
It's not fringe anymore, but sort of with using the language and referencing, the anti-extremist
both sides of the political spectrum.
In other words,
it's trying to claim.
Exactly. Especially the most controversial member of the group, therefore available for interpretation. Right. More than the others.
What would you do about Mur? He's just like, it's
you fit in.
It's been around. Like Mur has well established.
Exactly.
And it's I care for the workers. It doesn't matter.
No, you've been very clear. You've been very clear about this.
Like forest fires. There's nothing.
You save people. I mean, your whole thing is that you save people in these big events.
Too difficult to spin.
Yours is too personal. There's something deeply personal about Silverlansen that makes her available for identification. So
but I think what she will actually try to do, this is also hard with the retaliation against specific people because what she can do, she can't protect like all of them. She can barely protect anyone. So it's kind of like the only thing I can think of is like preemptively trying to strike.
I think that's what Silverlansen tries to do more than anything. Is preemption,
and that means offensive action against criminal gangs in this case, or at least wherever they have the stored their ammunition.
I figured now that Wednesday is finishing up, Silverlansen is beginning to wonder just what personal end she's going to start taking in this. Right.
And that has to be like I think she wants to say. I don't know. I have no idea if gangs keep arsenals somewhere. Probably not. They're decentralized. They're small.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But they have like I can imagine. I mean, but they get. It's not that difficult to get weapons, unfortunately.
Yeah, like they probably have. Yeah, but it's probably fairly decentralized.
Yeah.
They have some secure spot. Like, okay, we need someone to do a hit.
stash. Yeah.
Here, like, hey, this
Right.
is the gun.
Personal weapons will be completely decentralized, but they are not passing those out at random. If a kid gets an assignment or is
Yeah,
transferring equipment,
yeah,
they're going to get handed a weapon.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And same with the
They're not
explosives.
going to let teenagers run around.
Yeah. And in this
Yeah.
case, it's probably an
And same with
explosive.
explosives, right?
Yeah, they would have been
Yeah.
then starting bombing,
Right.
ports and like whatever stairwells
Right.
and businesses and so on.
Yeah.
So the question is, can she find out like where do they stash? How do they like distribute these and strike the distribution? That is the question. That's big
Intuition again.
Yeah,
Well, you have at least one weapon that was recently used in the system.
yeah.
You can start on that and just
Yeah.
start tracking.
That's probably
it.
like
Absolutely
tracking
correct.
backwards. Using the police resources, whatever. They probably know more than they actually act on anyway.
Which
when
is
it
better,
comes to-
intuition or reason?
Intuition.
Yeah,
absolutely.
use that then. Yeah.
Yellow result. Let's see if Karma Frets is
Ooh.
And that is a yellow result. And we
Okay.
looked it up earlier.
Okay.
I can double check, but I think it's.
Another 10.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with yellow result, you actually have a really good idea of who. It's not really a place, it's a who.
Yeah.
Who is involved in the distribution of things like explosives, which would be a really good thing to stop about right now.
Yeah.
And that would be that would be as far as who actually would be handling this physically, there is a guy named Ahmad Shahade. In terms of with yellow result, we'll go up the line too. With the yellow result, there is somebody who has no visible gang like record or anything like that, but is much more of a money guy and is respected, in various places. May even have been nodding, smiling, at one of the charities or groups at that event. And his name is Daniel Khalil. And is he's very much born in Sweden and very much established as a business guy, and probably doesn't even live in Norrköping. No, the business work and stuff like that—that's all Stockholm.
Yeah.
But actually has a nice place in Norrköping as one of his homes.
Oh,
yeah.
But
So-
presumably not store guns at his home.
No, that is a matter. That's where Ahmad comes in.
Yeah.
That's the person who would be physically involved.
Yeah.
But the person of interest that your work has or the
Potential higher
potential
level guy.
higher level is this guy.
Ahmad would be mid-level.
Exactly
just
right.
like the
Just like Christian.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or
So
hands-on, but not.
yeah. So yeah, that's what you're putting this together.
Yeah. And I think first is actually trying to prevent immediate action, and that is Shahada as it happens. This like trying to get maybe stalk is the wrong word when it's official, like whatever tail, whatever. Try to keep track his movements, see where he ends up. Does he speak? Try to like track him back to some sort of stash or whatever they might keep, collection of explosives.
Does it suddenly have
You're very well set up for this, given the yellow result.
Yeah.
You're very well set up to know where to watch from and when to watch and what are the potential places. Those are well set up. A red, you would have locked it down right there. With yellow, it'll take a little work, but you have a good start at this activity. Do you want to just let it go for a day or two while you collect information, or how do you want to do this?
As soon as he has a reasonable good lead to actually it's gonna be here.
You were busy all day. Anything else you want to do during the day?
I don't know. Which day are we at again?
We are now on. We're finishing Wednesday.
Yeah.
You spent the day at work.
Yeah, but maybe I can. I think I could do more on my plane, but otherwise nothing.
Won't be very long. Maybe a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, would that be like
2 RP.
2? Okay.
You can confirm or not, but looking back on that get together with, there's something weird about that get together with Teresa. She didn't talk about how either lonely she was or meeting a guy or how she was getting along with another guy at all.
He usually talks about that stuff.
She usually talks about Scott.
Well, yeah, but that was the last 5 months.
Yeah.
But or so. But 1 month of blah 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 and 5 months of grunt grunt grunt.
Yeah, I think he would probably be thinking a lot about that. Yeah.
All right. So that concludes us through here.
Maybe he's even a bit distracted at work.
That thing when you it's midnight and you suddenly think about something you said 7 years ago. That was I shouldn't have said that.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason it's vivid.
My hand was so sweaty.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's did I
cringe?
Was that weird? Was I too much?
God,
Yeah.
So anyway, adventure for Thursday. I think we've reached our point, right? For play.
Yeah.
As you can see, I'm doing it more encounter driven.
Mm-hmm.
But
these
there was
really
one.
well.
Yeah. But there's let's see here. Right. Shoot, one more thing for Wednesday.
Let's do the last thing for Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is that the police are noting, or rather maybe you're noting, or it's being brought up that in their surveillance, and considering that this would probably be with your yellow result. I'm going to connect it. They're not. One is adventure and one is encounter, but I think I can point out that at least you'll be able to confirm that there have been people who, again, don't really fit in due to their more higher status, higher income, different lifestyle.
Cultural incompatibility.
Yeah, to be lurking about where suspected drug activity, or confirmed drug activity, and that they have been noted now. Somebody said, look out for people, and they're coming up positive. That in the same neighborhood that where this has been happening, that strollers, people walking through, they're sticking out. Anybody can walk through there at 3:00 p.m. for some reason or another, but not at 11 p.m. Right? And so nobody's been detained or identified or anything like that, but that's kind of popped up, and you are alert to this. That it's kind of when you're starting to do your surveillance, you're like, why is this person here doing their surveillance?
It's very
they're hunting too. These people are hunting as well. I'm hunting. There's other people who are hunting. What's that about?
A good side, thing when nothing shows up, follow them around, see where they go.
Okay, that sounds good. We are set.